Right now at noon, public health officials say Dane County's COVID cases are on the rise. What officials say will keep the numbers down. And new evidence of possible war crimes by Russia as the war in Ukraine continues. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. New at noon, Dane County health officials are urging everyone to stay up to date on their COVID vaccines as the county moves up to medium levels of COVID spread. Health officials say a rise in case numbers caused the county to rise to the medium level. The 7-day averages is now at 159 new cases per day. They also say high vaccination rates have helped hospitalizations stay low. The CDC recommends everyone wear a mask indoors if COVID spread reaches the high level. Dodge County first responders say inclement weather has forced crews to temporarily stop searching for a man after his canoe capsized. A man and woman were canoeing on the Fox Lake yesterday afternoon when high winds forced them into the water. The woman was rescued and taken to the hospital, but crews were unable to find the man. Officials say the search will resume as soon as it's safe to do so. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A little damp out there today.
I think that might be an understatement as we're getting into our afternoon. It's been raining all morning. And as we roll in throughout the rest of this afternoon, we're going to be seeing a bit more of that rain just continuing for us as we head into the rest of our afternoon hours. Here's what we're looking ahead at. Right now, still looking at some moderate rainfall. However, around Madison itself, might just see a couple of sprinkles. It's starting to taper off just a little, but it's going to ramp itself back up as we get into the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side, and we're going to see the real warm-up heading into the back end of today, and that's where we're also going to see our opportunity for some thunderstorms. But here's what we're looking at as of right now. As I mentioned, that little small dry slots, which is just south of Madison here in Dane County, but around us, we can see clusters of showers and even some thunderstorms just outside of Iowa and near the state line border into northern Illinois as well. Now, as we take a look, though, we do have a severe weather outlook going into tomorrow for a marginal risk. As for today, we have a marginal risk throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Still not looking for much in terms of a severe weather threat, but some thunderstorms could be strong for some isolated areas. We'll be timing out the rest of what else to expect coming up in a few moments with our Earth Day forecast. Until then, back to you, Mark.
All right, Julian, thank you. The head of the UN Human Rights Office says there have been repeated violations of international humanitarian laws in Ukraine. The news comes as more evidence of possible war crimes by Russia are discovered every day. Skylar Henry has the latest, and we want to warn you, some viewers may find some of this video disturbing.
New satellite images show what appears to be mass graves in Russian-controlled areas outside of Mariupol. It's the latest evidence of possible war crimes.
We know that the actual numbers are going to be much higher as the horrors inflicted in these areas of intense fighting, such as Mariupol, come to light.
The U.S. Department of Justice has confirmed the U.S. is helping Ukraine's prosecutor general.
They've collected a group of international allies to assist, and so we are helping in the collection of evidence and the preservation of evidence relating to possible war crimes.
Mariupol has been under siege since February 24th. Ukraine says tens of thousands have been killed in the city, with 10,000 more people still trapped there. About 1,000 Ukraine soldiers are making their last stand at a steel manufacturing plant as they battle to hold on to the city.
What we've seen from the people of Mariupol, including those who remain in this facility, is nothing short of bravery. It is nothing short of inspiring.
With Russia now launching a new offensive in eastern Ukraine, the U.S. has sped up the development of a new ghost drone to be delivered to Ukrainian forces.
This unmanned aerial system is designed for tactical operations. In other words, largely but not exclusively, to attack targets.
Russia has been heavily shelling cities and towns in eastern Ukraine, while their ground forces get in place ahead of what is expected to be a very large battle. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is planning a trip to Europe next week to discuss with allies what more can be done to help Ukraine. A fire that sparked Sunday near Flagstaff, Arizona is now raging out of control. The tunnel fire has already burned more than 32 square miles and is growing. Arizona's governor has declared a state of emergency, and officials fear high winds could lead to catastrophic conditions. More than 750 homes have been evacuated, and more than 24 structures have been destroyed.
There was a lot of fire everywhere, and we were really focused on the subdivisions and trying to get folks out.
The intense fires are early in the season, but scientists say a 20-year drought fueled by climate change has led to a year-round fire threat in the West. So far this year, there have been about 20,000 wildfires nationwide. If you drive a Ford, you may need to set up an appointment with your dealer. The automaker announced a recall of nearly 653,000 of its vehicles. Among those affected, the 2020 to 2021 Ford F-150 pickup truck and the 2020-21 Ford Expedition and Lincoln Navigator SUVs. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says windshield wipers on these vehicles may fail sooner than expected, posing a potential vision threat to the driver. Ford says it's had more than 700 reports of wiper problems, but none led to an accident. And if you have an air fryer, listen up. Best Buy is recalling Insignia air fryers and air fryer ovens over safety issues. The company says some of the fryers can overheat and pose a potential fire hazard. Best Buy says it's received nearly 100 reports of the fryers and ovens catching fire in the U.S. and Canada. Some minor property damage and non-life-threatening injuries occurred as a result. Customers are advised to stop using these products and return them to Best Buy for a refund. Widely recognized as the largest secular observance in the world, today marks the 51st annual Earth Day. Earth Day began in Wisconsin in 1970 because of growing concern over air pollution and the deteriorating environment. In its first year, more than 20 million people took action to help the Earth. Today, that number has grown to billions. You can do your part by planting a tree or doing some gardening, maybe when the rain clears up. And today's weather has postponed a number of Earth Day activities. The DNR's Earth Day celebration at Devil's Lake has been canceled, and a number of musical performances at Hilldale have been moved inside at the mall, but they will still be hosting a donation drive in partnership with Goodwill today and tomorrow. And there is still a huge gender gap in the fields of science and engineering, but an inspiring group of young girls are working to change that trend and protect the environment at the same time. They're part of a program called Green Girls, created by the City Parks Foundation. The young women meet weekly for hands-on lessons about the environment and how to protect it. For these city dwellers, it's also an opportunity to search for climate solutions in nature. Women make up less than 28% of science, tech, engineering, and math jobs. Program manager Myra Sanchez says with the right encouragement, that could change.
There's already a lot of stigma against young women in school, being able to answer questions, voicing their concerns about something, and just getting the ability to speak. It allows them to build their voice, be surrounded by other young women their age, but also be able to facilitate that ability to be inquisitive.
And you can learn more about the Green Girls at cityparksfoundation.org. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
A nationwide rollout of 5G networks pays off, and a dress fit for the yellow brick road heads to the auction block. I'm Naomi Ruckham at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Wow! Look what $1 buys right now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. It's the first time we're offering savings up to 40% off, plus 60-month special financing, plus no money down on in-stock items. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
GTW is different from the competition because
we bring 3 offices at once to one case.
A team of excellent lawyers from around the state
to bring justice for the needs of our clients.
All in to win. Gingras, Thompson & Walks.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this or covering this to refinishing this. We have a paint for you. You also need it in this color or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Pittsburgh Ultra exterior flat paint for only $19.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
People said we couldn't run a successful business using progressive values, but that's exactly what we did. That's how we built the Bucks Arena. We made sure our minority and women-owned businesses were able to grow with it, paying good wages, using materials made in Wisconsin, all done in an environmentally sustainable way. That's the type of thinking we need in the U.S. Senate. We're not going to just talk about issues. I'm going to go to Washington and deliver. I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Welcome back, Bill.
I'm here for some new tires.
Well, you're in luck. It's our tire savings event, so now's the perfect time. Tires a little worn down?
Why would I do that again? Worn down, exactly. Worn down.
Exactly.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Wow, look what $1 buys right now at Ashley. Get a Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattress for $1 a day. Guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock mattresses. 60-month special financing, plus no money down. Only at Ashley.
Wireless carriers are seeing a return on their investment in 5G technology. Verizon reported a more than 2% increase in revenue in the first quarter, thanks in part to its advancements toward new services and networks. And rival AT&T reported a 2.5% bump in core wireless revenue for the same period. The ongoing trend of remote work and education bolstered demand for better and faster internet. A mix of wanderlust and cabin fever helped propel American Express to a strong first quarter. Revenues jumped 29% from the same period last year, and spending on travel and entertainment shot up 121%, topping pre-pandemic levels last month. America loves its moms, so much so that the National Retail Federation estimates we'll spend more than $31 billion for Mother's Day. That's up $3.6 billion from last year's record high. 84% of Americans plan to celebrate Mother's Day, spending an average of about $245 a person. And somewhere over the rainbow, you can get your hands on the iconic blue and white checkered dress that Judy Garland wore in The Wizard of Oz. The dress, which Dorothy wears in the 1939 film, had been missing for decades and was found last year at a Catholic university. It's set to be auctioned off next month and go for as much as $1.2 million. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Naomi Ruckham.
Well, let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial's down 516 points. The NASDAQ off 192. The S&P 500 down 66. If you're a video game player, ads may interrupt your gaming experience in the near future. According to an insider report, Sony is working to bring ads to free-to-play PlayStation games. The ads are meant to give game developers a way to monetize their work and encourage them to continue building free-to-play games. Sony's in-game ads expected to launch by the end of the year. Next at noon, Pam Yankee has your latest ag numbers, plus wind and solar power surging as demands for electricity grows, but the industry still faces some obstacles. And when will the rain clear up? Julian has your latest forecast after the break.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
These days, Social Security is denying more disability claims than ever. If you can't work, it can be harder to win benefits. I'm attorney Don Becker. Now more than ever, you need an experienced disability lawyer. For over 30 years, my firm has helped people win benefits. Disability law is all we do.
The Becker Law Office, 608-640-3868.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
For decades, Washington politicians have promised to lower the cost of prescription drugs. But every year the prices go up. Why? Because Republicans like Ron Johnson, and let's be honest, too many Democrats don't have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I will. I want to bring practical solutions to Washington. That's what I've done as state treasurer. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and the big drug companies may not approve this message, but I do.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio Enclosures. News 3 Now is taking action to keep you on top of the latest breaking news.
Taking action whenever news breaks with a team committed to following developing stories so you'll know all the facts.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Need to know what the traffic is like before you hit the road? Get the Channel 3000 app now, and I'll tell you where the trouble spots are and how to get around them. The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Earth Day. Earth's getting a good soaking around here.
Boy, that's for sure. It's kind of a soggy start for the Midwest Horse Fair, which is back after a 2 years absence. I'm guessing that the people that really enjoy that show are not going to let the weather deter them. But it is going to be a challenge for a lot of Wisconsin farmers to manage through. It's fine that we're getting the moisture. The warmth tomorrow will be welcome, but temperatures next week are going to get back down to freezing. There's a couple different areas of agriculture that could impact. First of all, think about our apple orchards. By the time that we get to the end of the weekend, some of the apple orchards are going to see that their buds might have blistered, might have been exposed. That's part of the growing process. But if we get back to below freezing again next week, that's going to be tough for our apple orchards to manage through. You only get one chance at those buds, at those blossoms. And if the timing on the weather is wrong, we can lose a crop. Same thing for our dairy producers or anybody that's got babies on the farm. When you see this kind of dramatic up and down pattern with temperatures, it is very, very hard to manage those babies and keep them healthy. They fall victim to pneumonia. They'll scour. It's just a really tough situation to manage through when the weather turns this erratic in a short period of time for those babies. So I'm thinking about all the farmers that have livestock they're trying to care for, and that includes, of course, baby chicks. I see that the U.S. Department of Agriculture says that now avian influenza has impacted more than 30 million birds across the United States with new detections in Pennsylvania and Minnesota. It's impacting our Wisconsin egg production. In the month of March, Wisconsin produced 151 million eggs. That was down 8% from February, down 21% from a year ago. Across the United States, 15% fewer eggs produced in February, 21% less than a year ago. So kind of back to what I got a lot of emails from folks on right around the Easter holiday. Boy, are eggs expensive. The answer is yes, they are. And it doesn't look like they're going to go down anytime soon. We'll see how long it takes before this weather pattern and, in turn, the avian influenza threat takes to move through all of the upper Midwest.
It's a bad situation, that's for sure.
Not good. Not good. It's good. Hot and sticky tomorrow out in Dodgeville for the Grilled Cheese Championship.
Oh, you're out there?
Yes, I get to be the MC. Should be fun.
Have fun. All right, Pam, thank you. Have a good weekend. Yep. On this Earth Day, wind and solar power are booming to record levels, but experts say there are still obstacles on the road to clean energy. Tina Kraus has the details.
The winds of change are moving faster than ever, with 50 countries, including the U.S., generating more than 10% of their electricity last year from wind and solar power.
Most countries have now realised that wind and solar are a kind of essential part of their future electricity system.
Researchers at the energy think tank Ember say the fastest transformations are happening in the Netherlands, Australia, and Vietnam. All three switched a tenth of their power from fossil fuels to green sources in the last 2 years. In 2021, all sources of clean energy accounted for 38% of the world's power supply, even more than coal.
Do you believe we are on the road to a cleaner future?
We're moving in completely the right direction. We just need to keep that momentum and that growth going.
As the world's economies bounced back from the pandemic, demand for energy soared, causing a surge in coal power, mostly in China and India, driving rates to the highest level since 1985. With gas prices skyrocketing, spurred on by the war in Ukraine, analysts warn reliance on coal could escalate as European countries look for alternatives to Russian oil and gas. Experts hope the burst of popularity in wind and solar power will be the turning point toward a greener future. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
And wind power in the U.S. hit a milestone last month. The U.S. Department of Energy says wind turbines produced more electricity than both coal and nuclear energy for the first time ever. Those turbines getting a workout today. Kind of breezy out there.
That's right. Kind of breezy and definitely pretty soggy as we're getting our afternoon rolling for us. We're going to start off by just checking out the radar as of right now. Some small dry spots here in Dane County, but we can see just surrounding us plenty of clusters of showers for us this afternoon. And even just near the northern Illinois state border, we're starting to see some thunderstorms start to pop up. And expect when those temperatures start to creep up just a bit for us later on in today, we will start to see a couple of isolated thunderstorms as well. But today is Earth Day. And just a reminder, of course, take the day to do anything that you can to be a bit more efficient and try to lower your carbon footprints. But for today, we're going to be looking at soggy conditions throughout the course of our afternoon and even going into tonight. So don't expect much sunshine, even though our graphic wants us to have just a little bit of it. But as we get into the weekend, we are looking at some great news for us. Even though it's going to be pretty windy, we are looking for warmer air to roll into the upper Midwest, bringing us to the upper 70s for the first time of this year. Then as we roll into Sunday, we're going to be cooling down, but still pretty comfortable. However, we're going to start to see another system bringing in some rain for us as that cold front starts to sweep its way into southern Wisconsin. And aside from that, we do have just a couple of marginal risks for seeing severe weather. It's a very low confidence for us to see anything in terms of severe thunderstorms, but we could see just some isolated storms that could be strong throughout the course of today's events. Going into tomorrow, the threat is going to be mainly in Iowa and southern Minnesota, but for us, just for our areas just outside of Crawford and Grant County are in the marginal risk, but it's very minimal, so we're not looking at too much in terms of storm risk going into tomorrow. But planning out the rest of today, when are the showers going to end? Well, it's not going to be this afternoon. We're still going to be seeing showers and even some thunderstorms sticking around for us throughout the afternoon hours and even around this evening. So as we get into tonight, that's when we're looking for the best chance for us to start to see some clearing for us. And then as we get into our Saturday, you can see 60s already at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then by the time we're at noon, we're looking at 70s. But take note, we are going to be seeing plenty of wind that's going to stick around throughout the course of the day. So anybody who's going to the farmer's market tomorrow, just know it is going to be very windy. Now, as we take a look at how much rain we're going to be seeing, well, we could be seeing about an inch of rainfall once this event is all said and done, and by the time we roll into Sunday. So that's going to account for some of the rain that's going to be coming in for our Saturday night as well. But here's a look at our weekend forecast. It's going to be very mild on Saturday, and for Sunday, again, 64 degrees, pretty comfortable, but we are looking for any of our showers and storms to mainly be into the morning hours. Now, the three things we're going to need to know to just wrap things up, all of our activities mainly going to be today, Saturday nights, and early Sunday morning. Then after that, mild temperatures, and we're going to be seeing cooler conditions heading into next week. So here's a look at our next 10 days. Next week, as I mentioned, it's going to be much cooler. 40s are going to really highlight from Monday into Wednesday, and then we'll start to warm up a little bit, but 50s are going to be the main theme for us, and a bit more shower chances at the back end of next work week. But until then, Mark, I'm definitely going to soak up these 70s coming in on Saturday.
Yeah, 30-day drop, or 30-degree drop after that.
I know, that's so significant, but at least we get 170.
There you go. All right, thanks, Julian. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. I'm next. Let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
In honor of Earth Day, we've got something so good to go with our fresh greens, you won't want to miss it.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
1-800-GOT-JUNK can bring the springtime anytime.
Oh, yes! We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Rising prices have hit us all pretty hard, especially utility bills. Here's how USA Insulation can help. When we wrap your home in our foam, it keeps your expensive warm air from leaking out, just like an insulated coffee mug. And with our low monthly payment plans, you can use your energy savings to help pay for it. Imagine a more comfortable home that saves you money. Call now and get a $500 discount on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry, with honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship. Dedicated to being the best. So when you need a plumber for an important upgrade or 24-hour emergency service, call RHD. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing. Proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Hy-Vee has always been a cornerstone in the communities we serve. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. We know times aren't easy right now, and families are going hungry. That's why we came up with Food Bank Fridays, where we can help restock local food banks every Friday, so no one has to worry about where their next meal is coming from. To join our efforts, simply donate when you're at the check stand. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
1-800-GOT-JUNK can bring the springtime anytime.
Oh, yes! We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Today's Earth Day, a day set aside to salute Mother Earth. That means all over the world, hundreds of events are taking place to ensure that our environment offers our kids and our kids' kids a safer and greener place to live. And whether we pick up trash in our community, plant a tree, or start a garden, if we all work together, the world will be a better place. And when it comes to food today, it only makes sense for us to think green, right? So let me show you a quick and easy salad dressing that we can serve tonight in honor of all we have to celebrate. All we do is mix together some mayonnaise, buttermilk, minced onion, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, along with some freshly chopped parsley and basil. Just think, if we plant an herb garden today, we'll be able to pick our very own fresh herbs in about 6 weeks. And when you serve this rich and creamy dressing over anything from our everyday mixed greens to trendy kale, you can bet it'll get noticed. This is a far cry from that bottled stuff that's been sitting in your fridge for months. So in honor of Earth Day, what do you say you go online and get the recipe for our country buttermilk dressing? And since we have only one Earth, let's roll up our sleeves and do something to protect it. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a out-of-this-world way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
And here's Julian with one final Earth Day forecast.
And our Earth Day is just going to be a soggy one, so expect that throughout the rest of today. But heading into the weekend, dry most of Saturday, but it will be on the windier side. But 78 degrees, Mark. Gotta love it.
All right, Julian, thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.